If you're a newbie full-time RVer, I bet you've done number 1. I bet you've even done number 5. What the heck am I talking about? Today I have a list of all the things that every single full-time RV newbie does. In my experience of being a YouTube creator and talking to a lot of newbies, I've compiled a list of the 5 things that I see almost every single newbie do, and I bet you've done them too. So stay tuned and find out. But before we do me a favor, double check your subscriptions and make sure you're still subscribed to my channel. Even if you think you're subscribed, YouTube seems to unsubscribe people, so double check. Go ahead, do it right now. Check your subscriptions. Also, my 2023 RV living calendars are in hand. They were delivered yesterday. We have them and we're getting ready to start shipping. Pre-orders are going out this week. But don't worry, if you haven't ordered, you still can, and you can even get it in time for Christmas. So check the video description below for a link to order your 2023 adventure calendar. All right, so let's count down the 5 things every newbie does, and be sure to stick around to number 5 because I think you're going to be surprised that you're not the only one that does this. All right, the first thing every newbie does, and even I did this, is worried. You're planning, you're packing, and usually it hits you right as you're driving away from your life. You're like, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? Holy crap, this is crazy. I'm insane. What am I doing? I'm giving up all this safety and security. Every single newbie goes through that. And one of my Twitter friends wrote me the other day that she is retiring in August, and she's like, I'm terrified. And I wrote to her and I said, you know what? You wouldn't be human if you weren't terrified. This is a terrifying thing. It's really scary. And you should be nervous, frankly. You know, I mean, you're giving up a life of security and safety and knowns for an unknown, a big, giant unknown. When I left my backyard the first time, or the last time, in my RV life, I didn't even know where I was going to sleep that night. And I was like, what the heck am I doing? This is insane. So don't worry. Every single newbie gets worried about making the wrong choice, doing the wrong thing, that, you know, you're going to think, I'm insane. What was I thinking? But that just means you're normal. That means you're human. And I believe if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. And just go back to your own self belief, you know, your belief in yourself that you can take care of everything that might come in your path, that you've done your research, you've done your planning, and that no matter what the road throws at you, you're going to be able to handle it. So don't worry. Worrying when you hit the road is completely normal. Second thing every single newbie does is brings too much stuff. It's really, really hard to purge and to pare down your life into a couple hundred square feet. It's really hard. It's a completely different frame of mind. It's a different way of living, and learning to live more minimalist, or as minimalist as you might end up being the longer you're on the road, is a process. It's not going to happen overnight. It's hard to get rid of those things that have sentimental value. It's hard to get rid of your 15 pairs of favorite jeans. It can be really challenging to know, should I hold on to this? Should I hold on to that? It's okay. It's completely normal to have a hard time purging your life and your possessions. And this is what I was telling someone recently who was going through that. You're going to realize eventually that it may not be sustainable for you to hold on to as many things as you are holding on to. That eventually you're going to be like, okay, do I really want to spend an hour packing up every time I move? Do I really want all my stuff, all my storage spaces clogged with stuff that I never use, that I don't need, that I don't look at? So it's okay to carry too much stuff in the beginning. Too many clothes, too many mementos, too many souvenirs. It's okay, because you're eventually going to realize either, okay, yeah, it was a good idea, I brought this. Most cases though, you're going to start paring down. As the longer you're on the road, the more you're going to start paring down. Of course, there's a couple things that you're going to want to hold on to. I have like 2 big boxes in my storage of mementos, and even those I started paring down. I got rid of yearbooks and things like that last year. But It's okay. It's completely normal to bring too much stuff. It's completely normal to stress about what to bring and what not to bring. Do the best you can and know that, it can change. You can purge. And if you really need to, put some things in storage if it makes you feel better to hold on to family heirlooms or whatever. But that's okay. Everybody brings too much stuff when they're first starting RV life. And that's a really good segue into the third thing every single newbie does. You're gonna bring stuff that's gonna break. I'm mostly thinking about kitchenware. I brought a nice set of bowls that I really liked. I brought a few plates that I really liked. I brought, I don't know, souvenirs, I think, from Greece that I really liked. The bottom line is you're gonna break them. You're gonna break them. If you're bringing 5 coffee mugs with you because they have sentimental value, just know some of them are gonna break. I don't know. I don't, maybe you're able to pack them up in such a way when you're moving every couple of days that keeps them safe and they don't break. But then again, it goes back to the sustainability. How sustainable is it for you to spend an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours packing up every time you want to move? So just know, as you're packing up, as you're purging and you're bringing breakable items, just know you're going to bring things that are going to break, and they will break. So that's number 3. And number 4 on my list of things that every newbie does is buys way too many gadgets you're never going to use. Every new RVer, it's kind of like moving into a new home, right? You want to go shopping, you want to buy all the coolest gadgets that you think you're going to need. You want to buy the special toilet paper, which by the way, you don't need. You want to buy the fancy egg carriers. You even want to buy like camping memberships. You want to buy all the cool gadgets, for storage and I don't know, just all the cool stuff because you've done your research, right? And you're like, oh, that looks really cool. Oh, that looks really cool. Oh, I'm going to need 2,000 watts of solar. So I see every newbie buy all kinds of things. And people ask me all the time, like, what gadgets should I buy? My advice is always don't buy a lot. There's a few things you might need even to get started, but here is my experience. I didn't know what I needed until I lived in my RV a while. I didn't know how much solar I would be able to get by with. I didn't know what gadgets I would really need inside my cabinets. Of course, something like these bars, these tension bars that hold things in your cabinet, and I'll put a link in the video description so you can buy these on Amazon. But of course, some things, like I said, you're going to need as soon as you start. These hold things in your refrigerator in place that protect your refrigerator door. Remember, my refrigerator door broke because I wasn't using these. They hold things in place in my cabinet. So there's a few things you're going to want to buy, but I think, stay as minimalist as you can and wait until you're living on the road, till you're moving all the time, till you're really settled in your RV to really figure out what you're going to need while you're living in it. It's really hard to try to plan what you're going to need if you haven't lived in your RV and moved. That's the thing. You might be like, well, I know what it's like to live in my RV, but you really don't know what it's like to live and move in your RV until you're doing it. Moving around all the time, living a nomadic lifestyle in your RV is not the same as just living in your RV. You have a whole different set of issues with moving your home every few days or even every couple weeks. I was just thinking about that the other day. The 6.5 years I've been on the road, I very rarely stay 2 weeks. So, I was trying to think of how many camps I've had. And 6.5 years, I've had at least 600 different camps. I have lived in at least 600 different places, anywhere from a day, from 1 night to 2 weeks. So think about that. When you're moving 600 times, you're going to want to wait until you're living it to figure out what you're going to need to make this a sustainable life for you. As far as keeping your stuff safe, making sure things don't fall out of your cabinets and clock you on the head, finding out what you want, and what you don't want to make it easier to pack up and move every couple of days. So my advice is, if you are thinking about RV life and you're, looking at all the cool little gadgets that you want to buy, wait. just wait, because you're probably not going to need 90% of the ones you're thinking you're going to need. So just wait. Are you ready for number 5? The thing I know you're doing and everybody else is doing it too. So you want to know what it is? Any guesses? What are your guesses? Leave your guesses below before I get to number 5. All right, before we get to number 5, the thing that everybody does, and I know you're doing it too, I want to thank Waggle for sponsoring today's video. Waggle has been an excellent partner in my RV life in helping me have more peace of mind when I need to leave Sadie inside the RV when I'm running errands. Whether it's summer or winter or everything in between, being able to know real time what the temperature is, what the humidity is, whether my power has gone out, you know, in case I'm running the air conditioning on a hot day, leaving Sadie behind. The Waggle Pet Monitor has given me the peace of mind knowing exactly what the conditions are inside the RV when I have to leave Sadie. You can use this with the app and get real-time alerts about temperature, humidity, heat index, and all kinds of things that are going to help you keep your pet safe when you're traveling in an RV, or whether you're just traveling with your fur baby on a road trip or a camping trip or whatever. And today, when you use the link in the video description with discount code SADIE55, you're going to get 55% off the Waggle Pet Monitor so that you too can have peace of mind when traveling with your pet. So are you ready for number 5? This is number 5. Every single newbie does this. You ready? Did you guess it? Collects rocks. Every newbie I've ever met, every full-time RVer I've ever met has a collection of rocks. We go on walks, we're walking around our camp, and we find the coolest rocks. I'm gonna have to find some of mine here in a minute and put them, I still have some. I still collect rocks. Every newbie collects rocks. As you live in your RV longer, you get more selective, I think, about the rocks that you pick up. But, you know, especially when you're going to the desert, you just find some really amazing and rare rocks, and people just love to collect them and look at them and remember them. I've often thought about doing something creative with them, you know, glue them to the front of my bench here or something to, I don't know, to kind of just bring my travels along with me. But yeah, every single newbie RVer I know collects rocks. So don't worry, you're not alone. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you found this video fun and informative, and I hope it helped you feel less alone. Just remember, no matter what you're feeling in life, you know, and I've done so many videos about RV life and personal life and my struggles. Just remember, no matter what you're feeling, you're never the only one feeling it. Ever. So I'm here to help you get through these things and realize you're not alone, and it's completely normal to do all of these things that every other newbie I've ever met does. Thank you again for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time. In the meantime, be happy, be free, and be kind. I will see you soon.